kind of see lavender, like lavender clouds, like being inside of a cloud.
Mm-hmm. As you're in this cloud, do you notice anything interesting?
It's like ink in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It moves. It takes shape as I move through it.
Tell me more. Acclimate yourself in this space and just look around you. What do you notice?
I have a tail.
Mm-hmm. I have a tail.
Heavy. I'm heavy, but I'm graceful.
Mm-hmm. How do you move in the place where you move?
It's just... I just move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a whale. I might be a whale.
Mm-hmm. Look around you. What do you notice next?
The colors are purple and blue, like deep, rich color.
Mm-hmm.
And moving this like plasma, like I feel supported but floating.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm big, very big. And there's heaviness, but I'm still graceful.
Mm-hmm. Are you by yourself in this place?
No, not by myself.
Look around. What do you see? What do you notice?
There are dolphins,
Mm-hmm.
fish, and I have a baby,
Mm-hmm.
a baby whale.
Do you feel female?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about this baby. How do you feel about this baby?
I love my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Very protective, but I'm not worried about her.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognize the soul of this baby?
I think it's my daughter.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's see what happens. Where do you go to?
We're just swimming and enjoying. I'm showing her the places to go.
Mm-hmm.
Our pod it's not with us, but not too far. We could call them easily. They would hear us.
Mm-hmm.
They're just letting us acclimate so I can show her our area where we're staying, where we're living.
Very good. Is there anything else important about this moment?
there's something about bonding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. What's happening? What's your concern?
There are hunters, some sort of hunters that I don't want her to be afraid, but I want her to be protected.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'd like for you to close this scene now, and let's move forward to a scene that impacts your life there. Be there now. What's happening?
My pod gets attacked.
Mm-hmm. Who's attacking it?
You see them like, they're like green men, green people, but they swim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they are, but they attack us.
What are they using to attack?
They have something like spears. They're very fast, and they put black in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they make it like black ink so we can't see or find each other. They separate us.
Mm-hmm.
They take my baby.
How do they take your baby?
They put the black ink in the water and I can't find her, and I get separated.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling? Connect with that feeling.
Very sad.
Where is that sadness being held?
My heart.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what happens next.
I just go. I can't find anybody.
Are you by yourself?
Alone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find anybody. My whole pod, I can't find them. I lost everybody. I don't know if they're alive or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just alone.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and close that scene, and let's move forward to the next important scene in that same lifetime. Allow yourself to be there now. What happens?
I find some others.
Mm-hmm.
One that... Some whales that were not in my pod before, but I can join them.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel to you to have to connect with these that you don't know?
There's one I feel very connected to,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel sad that I lost my daughter in my pod.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sad that that somebody would do this.
Mm-hmm. What is the feeling that the others give you? Are they welcoming to you?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one, it's like periwinkle. I don't know if it's the energy or the color I see.
Mm-hmm. Is it a male or female? The one that welcomes you?
Female, younger than me, but not a child, not a baby.
Mm-hmm.
younger than I am. And I can join them, and they're good, but I'm not as bonded. I'll never be as bonded as I was with my original pod.
Okay. So I'd like for you to close this scene now. Let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. See yourself on the last day. Tell me what happens.
I lived to be older, and I lived a good life. I died of old age. Dying of old age. But I always felt the sadness of losing my pod. I made new friends and bonded with my new pod, but I felt sad that I lost them. I never forgot them.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go to the last moment of your life in that lifetime and tell me where you are. Are you with your pod or by yourself?
Yes, I'm with my family.
Take a look at your body. What's happening with your body?
Just leaving it. Just leaving it.
All right. So as your spirit leaves that body, take a look at that lifetime. See it as an entire life all together. Seeing the circumstances of what happened. What have you learned from that lifetime?
Sometimes we have to lose the people that are special to us and move on. But I still have the pain of that loss. They took it with me.
Let's find out if there was another time in which that same pain was experienced by this soul. Just go ahead and close that scene, and we're going to go through time and space, finding if there was another time when another loss was experienced like this. Begin now by taking a deep breath in. 5, drifting through time and space. 4, a different lifetime in which this is also showing up. 3, 2, allow the images to come. And 1, be there. Where are you?
It's Lemuria.
Tell me more.
The mountains are green and lush and full of emerald green, beautiful colors like Kauai.
And in this place, do you have a body?
Yes.
What do you look like there? Look down at your feet.
I have golden shoes, like golden sandals.
Tell me more.
I have a white robe, a white long gown. I have a golden staff with a great gem on the top. Sapphire. Sometimes it's more green, but it's like it's alive. It changes.
And in this body, are you male or female?
I'm female.
What do you look like?
I'm tall, very tall. Pale skin. I'm a ruler. I'm in a ruling position. I wear a golden crown.
What does that crown signify?
The ruler,
Mm-hmm.
the ruling people wear them.
Yes. Are you the only one who rules this place?
No, there are others.
Right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and see yourself now in this place where you rule.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
It's a beautiful castle or structure, building.
Mm-hmm.
It's very ornate and it's open in the front. It's all golden, so golden and sparkling and ornate with gemstones, and it's alive. It's like it's crystal. It's crystalline too.
Mm-hmm.
The structure is, it's not like here on Earth. It's alive. The building knows, it holds information. You can communicate with it. Mm-hmm. It's connected to the Earth. It's connected to to everything. Everything's connected.
Are you also connected to this building and the Earth?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's all connected. It's telepathic. I can receive information from my home, from anywhere.
What information are you receiving now?
I can sit I have a throne.
Mm-hmm.
It's golden, but it's also crystalline. And when I sit there and I hold my golden rod, I can align with the planets. I receive information from Sirius. They inform me. I am the ambassador, the Syrian ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the only one. I am in a position of receiving information.
What do you do with this information?
I inform the council of other rulers, and we rule based on, we all are connected to a planetary system, and we receive information from our guidance that informs us, and we come together to choose the best way to rule the planet for the people and all of the life. And we make agreements for the good of all.
Very good. How many of these rulers are there?
12.
So if you're from Sirius, where are the others connected to?
There is a Pleiadian,
Mm-hmm.
Arcturian, Andromedan, there are others I don't know the names. They're planets they receive from.
All right.
Right now.
And as you look at your physical form, what does your skin look like and your features?
I am... I'm human, but not exactly human. Not fully. I'm a hybrid.
Yes.
I have my skin is like porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
It's very light. I have DNA from Sirius, also mixed with the human DNA, so I can be here.
Very good. Now, is this the place where you were birthed? Let's look back in time and see how it is that you came to be upon this position of ruler. I'm going to count from 3 back to 1, and let's find out how you came to be one of these rulers. Taking a deep breath in, 3, going back in time now. 2, getting younger and younger. And 1, be there now. What's happening?
It's the capstone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the capstone of the Great Pyramid. This pyramid is the Great Pyramid of Lemuria.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ship. It goes back and forth. It can go to another planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the place where I was born inside. It's big, it's very large, and it feels like many are incubated here and brought where they need to go, so that the mix of genetics can be just right, can be just what is needed for the place where that person will be staying. They have to have the right genetics to breathe and be comfortable.
So I'd like for you to go deeper into this place where you are being incubated. Go deeper. Release your soul from these bodies so you can see it. Who is actually doing the work inside of these? Are you in a ship or in the pyramid?
The ship is like a pyramid shape.
Okay.
The felines are doing it.
Okay. So tell me everything that's happening in order to create this body, this ruler of Lemuria.
There are humans that give their eggs and their genetic material, and then that is combined in a like a scientific lab to get the right genetics to make sure that it's going to be viable in the atmosphere. The Lemurian atmosphere is not, it's a higher dimensional place than the Earth is now. It is more what we would think of as 5th dimensional or even upper 4th dimensional, not so dense as 3rd dimensional. But the atmosphere is still different than it would be on Sirius, so the genetics have to be just right to have a body that will be powerful and contain a soul for long term. Sometimes if the genetics aren't right, the body won't live long enough.
So who are these eggs coming from?
There are humans on the ship. They have agreed to donate their... They are a type of rulers. They are a lineage that has the right lineage. They came from the stars as well.
Okay. So I'd like for you to go ahead and see the process of creating these bodies. What happens next?
The DNA is combined in a lab where these scientists . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . the lab is alive in a way, like the building. There's a crystalline structure. It's connected, everything's connected to the grid. Everything's connected. They're programs. They're being programmed. The DNA is programmed. It's taking the right programs and injecting them into it's a ball of plasma, like a plasma ball. And you put the DNA inside the plasma. It's like clear, but it also has like an electric blue color a little bit. And the DNA can be inserted into it. Many strands of DNA are activated much more so than humans have now. It's fully functioning, very, very high functioning DNA in the plasma balls. And they are put in a incubator it looks like a clear container that holds that plasma just right.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and see that plasma begin to evolve. What happens?
The body grows. It reminds me of the movie Avatar. They grow the body. The body grows.
So I'd like for you to see when it is that the soul begins to merge with that body. When is it that it is decided to merge?
When they have a viable body, the perfect body that is viable, they can tell, they can see that it's working. And they choose the best body for the ruler of the Lemurian council. When they get the body just right, it will last a very, very, very long time when they get the right code.
So I'd like for you to now to move forward to the moment in which you step into that body.
It's in the ship. I'm still in the ship. I'm raised mostly in the ship. I'm not brought to Lemuria until I'm older. I merge with the body. I was always kind of merging with it, but not fully until I knew for sure it's the right one. Then,
before you merge with that body, did you have another type of body? What does that body look like?
I've had many bodies. I've had many.
On the ship?
Oh, on the ship.
Take a look and see what kind of body you had on the ship.
I was called there. I was etheric.
All right. Tell me more. What happens next?
When the body is right, and then I'm called in, then I'm trained, I'm grown. I grow in the body with the body, and they train me, preparing me for my service, my mission on Lemuria.
Is that mission defined for you?
I'm going there to rule, to be a council member another council member comes. There are always 12. When they stay a very long time, but when one is finished with their service, a new one will come. They grow out a new body. This is how I got there. Another one decided to leave. And so it was my turn to serve there. And when I'm ready, they bring me to the earth.
Very good. So I'd like for you to just close this scene, and let's go now to a time in that same lifetime as the Sirian Ambassador in which something very important happened, something that changed what was happening in Lemuria. Be there.
There's a council meeting. There's concern. There's arguing.
Who was arguing? What's happening?
Some of the men are disagreeing on how to proceed they're disagreeing on how to rule. They're becoming out of balance in their power. Something's gone wrong. They're becoming warlike. They're not acting in the service of all.
Now on this council, is there a split between the male and females rulers?
It's even.
It's even.
6 and 6.
All right. So what happens next?
There's disagreement. The council is supposed to always agree and move forward in alignment. But it's not happening. They're not aligning. I'm feeling angry that there's misalignment. This is not how it's supposed to be. It's upsetting, and I don't feel like they are listening to those of us who are being reasonable, and some of them can't see.
How does this affect those that you rule?
It affects everyone on the planet because there's a ripple effect, and it's that there's a war, there's something coming to somebody, there's a race that wants to take over. It's upsetting. It affects everyone because everything's connected. So when there's an imbalance, everybody feels it and everything feels it. And the slightest imbalance can upset the grid. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be out of alignment. It can mess everything up. Those of us who are here to serve must be willing to cooperate for the good of all. Some of them are not.
All right. So I'd like for you to close this scene and let's move to the next important scene. The result of this misalignment, disagreement. What happens?
We lose Lemuria. We lose it.
How do you lose Lemuria?
It's being flooded. The higher rulers, they're taking it back because we couldn't. They're flooding it, they're sinking it, they're taking it away because we got out of alignment. We couldn't agree. Everybody disagreed, and so it can't be that way. It messed up the entire matrix. It has to go now. We lost it. we lost it.
So see how it is that you lose your body in that life. Be at that last moment.
I just have to leave. I have to leave the planet.
Mm-hmm. How do you leave that planet?
I go back into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give up the body, though. I have to give it up.
All right.
We all have to give it up. We all lose.
So
we all lose.
Once you all lose your bodies, tell me what happens next.
I go back to Sirius and start again. I go back. First, I go in between.
So I'd like for you to go to that in-between place when you connect once again with those that counsel you as a soul. And tell me what this place looks like.
It's like white and crystalline and pure.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody there to guide you?
Yes, I have a guide.
Mm-hmm. What does your guide tell you?
He's kind of a joker.
Mm-hmm.
He's just playful, and he likes to joke around. So don't be so serious.
Mm-hmm.
He says, don't be so serious. It's okay. He's trying to console me and make me feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Very good. Now, in looking at that lifetime, you can see the other lifetimes in which you have lost things. As a whale, you lost your pod. And in this life, what did you lose?
The whole thing. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
We lost because we couldn't agree.
So what is it that this soul is needing to learn and work on?
To speak up in my power, but also to compromise and to know when it's right to compromise and when it's right to stand in my power. And I can affect great change when I stand in my power. I have to believe it. I have to believe that I can be in alignment in my power and not be influenced to come out of alignment. Stand strong and know in my alignment, in my service, and my clarity, and my knowing, and if I had been able to do that in Lemuria, maybe we wouldn't have lost it. Mm-hmm. I didn't stand strong in my power. Mm-hmm. I lost it.
Very good. So now that we understand that about Lemuria, let's go to another lifetime in which, once again, the power issue was a struggle, in which you did not stand in your power as you should have, in which perhaps you misused your power. I'm going to count from 5 back to 1, and we're going to find that lifetime in which power meant a great deal to that life. 5, beginning to move back through time, going deeper and deeper to sleep, allowing the conscious mind to stay behind, and going deep into the subconscious. 4, 3, going deeper and deeper as you follow my voice, going down. 2, allow the images to come. And 1, acclimate yourself there. Where are you?
It's like a fiery volcano.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
it's very black and volcanic and fire, just lots of volcano and molten lava, like dragons coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different place. I don't know where this place is.
Do you have a body there?
I'm a fire dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dragon land.
Tell me more about this land. Where do you live?
I live in the volcano.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to go deep into that volcano, to the place where you live, and describe it for me.
It's like it's an underworld.
Mm-hmm.
It's the darkness. It's the place where the imbalance of power originates from.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opposite of the light, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing me that there has to be this place of misuse of power. The dragon is so like strong and volatile and could just destroy. It's the destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the place of destruction, but it balances the place of light and creation. That it will always be that way when there is separation from source, because you must have this to have separation from source. If it was all oneness, we wouldn't have this life experience. This will always be there, and anyone who's tempted by it can get drawn into it. It's just part of the matrix construct. It's part of the balance. There's light and there is dark. We think that the dark is bad, but it's the balance. It's the other side. And the light side, the side of creation and love and brightness, can only exist. It's the yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
It must be there. I have been resisting it, but I can see that it's necessary for the balance. It's not even bad. It's just an idea that it's bad. It's the balance.
So I'd like for you to go deeper into the concept. Go deeper into it. And let's find out why it is that this lifetime has affected the lifetime of Washela.
I decided to be afraid of it because in Lemuria I saw the loss. So much loss. I loved that world. Mm-hmm. I loved that world. I didn't want to lose it. And it was those who were seduced by the darkness that caused the loss for everybody, not just them, for all of us. I don't want to be seduced by that because it destroys everything. But again, it's the balance of power. It's always going to be there. That's how we learn. If it wasn't there, we would still be in oneness. So that's a key element of this experience. It has to be there. And it's then the individual's choice to follow it, follow the light, follow the darkness. This is how we learn and grow. Mm-hmm. We can't be afraid of the darkness. It's like being afraid of the dark side of the yin and the yang. Mm-hmm. It's just the other side. It's just the other side. And if you make a choice to stand in your light, in your power, and be a source of good, you have so much power and service in that place. And it's true that yes, you can have as much power in the other place, but it will be destructive power and it will ruin everything for everyone. And that is what we came here to learn.
But in her life, it's been very prominent that she's been
afraid of it. She's been afraid.
Why so much fear? Is it the Lemurian influence?
Yes, because she doesn't want to become destructive.
Mm-hmm. Was she in fact destructive in Lemuria?
No, she wasn't, but she saw that the destructive powers that destroyed Lemuria. Mm-hmm. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. Mm-hmm. But it was because she didn't stand strong enough in her power. Yes. She could have held it together better if she had stayed strong in her power and joined forces, and if she had really been strong enough, she could have made them see the light, the right way, the service way. But she went invisible.
Mm-hmm. So has she been half invisible in this lifetime?
Yes. Yes, that imbalance stayed in her soul in some way, in some part.
Where is she hiding that imbalance? Let's take a look. Where is she keeping that?
It's in the heart and the chest, deep in the chest. And it's the question. It's the question, am I doing it right? Mm-hmm. Is it okay to be in power? Is it okay to be seen? Is it okay?
The thing that crossed her mind was, I can't let them see who I really am. If they see who I am, they will be afraid of me. What is the part that she fears people seeing? Is it the dragon? Or is it the ambassador? Or something else?
It's the pure light connection. It's so powerful and so bright. Mm-hmm. It's so powerful. And there have been moments where she's got it, she felt it, and she knew, but also people fall away. Some people fall away because they don't, but it doesn't matter.
Is she meant to have these people fall away?
Yes, yes, yes.
So when she first experienced the regression, she saw a light that was very bright. What was that light?
The light is oneness. Mm-hmm. The light is oneness. It's source.
And when she went to Mount Shasta, she once again felt something totally different. What was she feeling then?
Power. power and source energy. And when you stand in your power, you can change the whole thing, the whole matrix.
Mm-hmm.
It's the call to power, to be strong in the aligned connection with source.
So that she received this power now and she was able to feel that feeling. What can she do with it now?
She can be the beacon of light for anyone who wants to have that. It's the example. It's the example. And when we stand in our power and connect to source, and we do not waver from that place, it sends out a call across the grid, across the earth, across into the stars and the universe. And anyone who wants to join, they see the path. They can join. This is her mission. This is her purpose. She knows it. She's been afraid.
Now, recently she finished her book. What will that book do for others as they read it, as they hold it?
The intention is to bring people into an awareness of releasing those dark things that are no longer serving their path. It's for those who want to evolve on an ascension path, and they have the step-by-step process through the book if they choose to follow it. And they can work with Washela if they choose to get help.
Now, as she continues on her journey, what's next for her?
It's the trainings and traveling, and there will be ocean, she needs to be near the ocean, closer to the water, and doing retreats on the ocean.
Can you tell me about what the water means to her?
It's her connection to the water world. It's the connection to Sirius B, the water world, where her soul feels home there. And she remembers through the water and the light codes in the water. She can absorb and conduct and remember who she is.
Can you tell me the significance of her seeing so much the seahorse?
The seahorse is the reminder of the DNA, the way it spirals, the tail. The seahorse is one of her guides and her earliest incarnation into form from spirit. And the original seahorse template has the activated strands of the DNA 13, 26, and beyond. It's a reminder. It reminds her of that activation.
Okay. Does she need to do anything regarding that activation and that reminder? Can she use it in any way?
Yes, she can use it all the time. Just remembering, aligning, remembering, and attuning herself to it with conscious awareness.
Okay, very good. Another thing that keeps coming in is the Ankh. Where has she used the Ankh before? Is this a lifetime?
In Egypt, Egyptian, in the Temple of Isis, as High Priestess.
Can you take her there now? I'm going to count from 5 to 1. With each number, you'll be going back more and more, acclimating yourself to that time and place and that body. 5, traveling through time and space. 4, to that lifetime. Seeing that Ankh before you. 3, acclimating to the body and the surroundings. 2, deeper and deeper into that space. And 1. Using all of your senses to feel, to know, to be. Where are you?
In a pyramid. It's not what they look like on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's very open and golden. It's in a different dimension of reality. We only see artifacts here. That's not what it looks like inside. There are rooms. We use sound and frequency. It's sound and frequency to do we create worlds here. We create worlds with sound and frequency.
So in this place, do you have a physical body?
Yes.
What does this body look like?
Very much like my Syrian body, my Lemurian body. Very much like that one. With the very much similar but darker skin.
Look at your fingers, your feet, your face. What do you look like?
Dark hair. Tall. I wear a white gown, very similar. A golden belt. And a type of headdress that's gold also.
And look at the size of your body. Are you a normal human size?
I am taller than normal, but not. I am taller than the humans here.
Okay. And what is it that the humans do there?
They don't come into this part. They're not here.
So what is it that you're creating inside of this place?
The matrix. We create the programming here. We program it. We create the programs. It's like a frequency programming center.
Okay.
Again, we receive the star signals like we did in Lemuria. We're the same. It's the same. It's similar in many ways.
And what do you use? Do you use anything physical? We first started by talking about the Ankh. Do you use this device?
It is a representation. It's a symbol, but it's also, yes, it's a healing tool. It's a tool. It also has the portal. There's the portal that we can travel through. It conducts frequency. Conducts frequency. We can use it to heal, and we can use it to create, and we can use it to program.
And what is your role? What do you specialize in?
I hold a frequency for the Syrian energies. I hold a frequency. I conduct. I channel the frequencies from them to the pyramid.
Does anything happen in that pyramid besides this creating of the matrix and healing?
We can bring in, we can create bodies there and bring in people that instead of traveling from a star, a soul can come in. We can create, it's a, there are incubation rooms where we grow, not really growing the body because they're more, it's like magic almost, but it's all frequency where we hold. I see four people around a table, like a bed, but it's more of a table. And we have our hands out and we're conducting the frequencies, and we can have someone's body manifest. It's teleportation. Okay. It's teleportation.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to go to a scene in that particular lifetime which really affected all of the lifetimes that this soul is living. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When I get to number 1, let's find out what happens in that lifetime. Taking a deep breath in and traveling 3 to a moment in time that's very specific to that. 2 and 1. Be there. What's happening?
The humans are angry.
What's going on? Why are they unhappy?
They're angry. They're blaming us for, I think their crops are bad. Something's gone wrong. It's like darkness has come across this land, and when we're in the pyramids, we don't notice this so much. It's not what we're on, a higher dimension of reality, but when we come out, where the more third dimensional, it's different out there, and the people are angry. They want us to leave. They're mad at us. They want us to leave. They think we killed their crops and people are dying. It's a plague. They're sick and they're getting the plague, a plague. And I see it, the energy is blackness over them. And they blame us. They think we brought this here, even though we didn't. They blame us.
So what happens next?
They get very, very angry. They light fires, and their anger energetically what do we do? We destroy them. We project their darkness back at them, and we destroy them. I did it too. They just seemed infected. Like, they seemed so dark. I made a choice to destroy.
You made a choice to use the dark power. So how does that affect your soul?
I felt guilty. I felt like I didn't do the right thing. Didn't help them. I helped my people, but not the people that I should have been serving in a higher way. I reflected their anger back to them, and I didn't help them. I destroyed them.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and leave that lifetime and go back to your guides. Disconnect from that lifetime. And let's review that life. what you learned from it, what you learned from yourself. Was this something that you needed to experience in that lifetime?
Yes, I thought that the work I was doing was helping and serving humanity, and that was my intention. And when they got angry and sick and blamed us, I treated them, I see ants. I treated them like ants, like killing ants. Like I just didn't care. And I closed my heart from that because I felt angry that they didn't see what we were doing was actually it was helping them, but it really wasn't. We didn't make it about them, it was about us.
So how is that reflecting in the lifetime of Washela?
Fear of being out of balance with power again.
So how can she move forward in life without that fear now?
To choose to release that, I can release that.
Where is she holding that fear?
In my chest.
Take a look and see how that fear is represented in her chest. What does it look like?
Like chaotic energy. Like almost like little amoebas.
Now in the past you've been able to use the power of the earth, the power of crystals. What crystal would benefit that heart, that chaotic energy?
Rose quartz.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to see the rose quartz and its elements. You know how to use it?
Yes.
So go ahead and place that rose quartz in your heart. And what happens?
It balances and neutralizes that chaotic energy.
Let's place a rose quartz above here. And feel the energy of the rose quartz. And as that rose quartz is beginning to work, tell me what happens to that heart.
It's like I see it draining. It's been holding a lot of old stuff. Like I just see it draining out like squeezing a sponge. Just letting it draining it out.
And as all of this energy is being drained out, can you forgive yourself for holding all of that energy in for so long?
Yes.
Can you see how holding this energy has created this fear?
Yes. And also distance from other people.
Tell me when it's completely been absorbed.
Okay.
All right, so we'll take that quartz. And what would you like to place in that space instead?
pink rose.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and place that pink rose in there and see how that pink rose begins to release its fragrance and its beauty. And as it releases that beauty and fragrance, see how all of those that are in the frequency of rose are attracted to that beautiful sensation. And put it also in your mind. So as you extend this pink rose to others, see how they react instead. Do we need to fear that power any longer when you are actually holding rose in your heart?
No.
No. Very good. So now that we have that in check, let's take a look at the body and see why the issues with the back. We're going to begin to go back in time to see where the origin of this back issue began. So I'd like for you to focus on that back, and I'd like for you to begin to bring that energy of that pain up and feel the achiness of that back. And tell me where it is. Is it lower, center?
Lower back.
Very good. Now I'd like for you to make it even stronger. Make that pain even stronger. And as you make that pain stronger, I'd like for you to see what words or phrases come out of that. What would you think that that back is telling you? What are the words? What phrases are coming out?
Crumpled power, the crumpled, I see it as someone who's hunched over, out of alignment, can't hold their power, can't hold their power.
Keep making it stronger. Keep making that pain stronger.
Trying to avoid being seen or witnessed or known.
And as you make it stronger and stronger, is this something that was Shayla created?
Yes.
All right, so let's go find the origin of when that was created. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. With each number, I want you to keep bringing out that pain even stronger and seeing that person hunched over even stronger till we get to the origin. 5. Make it stronger and stronger now. 4. Finding the origin. This crumbled person, hunched over. 3. Keep going now. Begin to see where this all began. 2. When I get to number 2, I'll tap your forehead and we will be in that memory. 2 and 1, be there now. Where are you? Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Outdoors. Are you alone or are you with others?
Alone.
How old are you there?
7.
What's happening?
I'm just playing in the swamp. Playing in the water.
What happens?
I tune in to the earth.
What happens next?
I don't know. I don't feel. I only feel at home here. I don't feel like I belong here. I don't feel like I belong here.
All right, keep saying that until you find out why. Keep saying that over and over again.
I belong here. I don't feel like I belong here.
Keep going.
I don't feel like I belong here. I don't feel like I belong here.
Find a memory. Keep going.
I don't feel like I belong here. It's the lifetime in Lemuria when it fell I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to come back to the earth. But I had to come back. I had to come back. I felt damaged.
What happened to your back?
I put that there so that I would remember never to be out of balance in power. So that I wouldn't be able to stand straight and tall above anyone else, so that I could only stand tall in balanced power, not in misalignment. It all happened at the same time.
As you watch this, can you forgive yourself for holding on to this for so long, now that you understand that it wasn't your fault?
Yes.
I want you to release that.
Where are you holding on to that?
It's besides my back. I feel it in my third eye center.
All right. So I'm going to put my hand over there, and I want you to go ahead and begin to bring out that energy. Bring out that energy that you've been holding for so long. Feel the energy as it rises, being pulled out. And as it begins to rise, I want you to see your spine beginning to get stronger and stronger. Begin to stand up straight. Feeling the energy as it pulls you straight and strong. Begin to put together all of those pieces of your spine that you crumbled up, reinforcing it. Pull out any guilt. And as you begin to use this energy once again, feel a difference in the back as you begin to stand up tall and own that power once again. What do you notice different?
Authentic power is the connectedness to all things.
So I'd like for you to tap into that authentic power.
There is nothing to hide from in authentic power. When one is in alignment and servitude through the heart, people feel that.
Very good. And standing in that authentic power, I'd like for you to look out and see those eyes of her love. I'd like for you to go ahead and connect with this energy. Remembering where he was the last time you were with him. What lifetime was that?
He says, I'm always with you. He's been in and out of this one. in body. He was in Lemuria, my partner there.
What message do you have going forward now?
He's coming.
Very good. And now I'd like for you to do a scan of this body and see if there's anything that we need to do so that this body can move forward now with this authentic power.
The throat. There's some stuck in the throat.
All right, let's find out what's in that throat. I'd like for you to focus on it and see if it's something that you put there or something that's been attached.
Something that I put there.
So feel it and tell me what it is. What is that thing?
It's a block, like it looks like a sphere, like a metal sphere, silver metal ball.
So let's find out when you actually put that there.
After the Egyptian life, because if I also the Lemurian, I see them simultaneous lifetime. If I can't speak truth in my authentic power, then I shouldn't speak.
Do we need to have that there any longer?
No.
All right. So what would you like to use to remove that?
White light.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and bring in that white light. Bring it in and begin to dissolve that sphere. Tell me what's happening.
It feels uncomfortable in my throat.
Let's start removing it.
Feels like it has its own. I don't feel like I'm getting it.
Let's see where it came from. Begin to follow the origins of it. Where did it come from?
I feel it, but I don't see where it came from. I don't know that I put that there. I don't know where it came from.
So what are the properties of this thing? What does it do to you?
It keeps me from speaking in power. It keeps me from having a clear voice, from speaking in my fullness of truth.
So through free will, this was placed there. And through free will, you can remove it. Who would you like to help you remove this?
Yes, someone can help me.
So let's ask for your guide, the jokester that enjoys reviewing your life. Go ahead and ask for your guide to come and assist you with this.
He says he doesn't do that, but he'll send an archangel to
Very good.
Michael will do it.
Very good. So let's ask for Michael to assist you in removing that. And as he does that, I want you to go ahead and see if you have forgiven yourself for putting that there. Because if you can't forgive yourself, it'll come right back. Can you see where it wasn't necessary any longer to stop from being authentic and speaking your truth.
It's for all the times I spoke out of anger, out of balance. Out of wanting to hurt instead of wanting to help. And out of feeling hurt.
So tell me when it's all out.
Keep going deep inside. What's holding it there?
Somebody else put it there. I don't know how to make it go away.
Well, if somebody else put it there, somebody else will need to remove it. So I'd like for you to find who it is that removed that piece. Go ahead and find who removed it. See it in your mind's eye.
It's like a little, what does he look like? He looks like almost like an elf, or that little guy from Harry Potter. He's.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and ask him why he put it there.
Underworld. To keep me from speaking up.
Did you ask him to put it there?
No.
No. Who asked him to put it there?
The dragons.
The dragons.
The dark. The dark.
So if the dragons asked you to put it there, you were one of these dragons.
Yeah.
So did you remind this little guy to put it there for you?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah. Some part of me didn't want to be able to speak. The darkness didn't want me to speak the truth.
So that part of you, that was the darkness, was afraid of speaking the truth.
Are you ready now to tell him?
Yes.
To go ahead and release it.
Yes.
He just did it for you to do it for a little while, just to remember.
Okay. Now Michael can help.
And make sure you thank this little one.
Okay.
Very good. So now that we've removed that sphere, what would you like to put in its place? Something that would help you.
The golden light. The golden light of truth.
Very good. So go ahead and bring in that golden light of truth. Bring it into your throat, into that space. And I'd like for you to amplify that golden light of truth so that you could stand within your own power, so that when you speak, that is the power.
And tell me when it's done.
Okay.
Very good.
It's time.
So now let's take a look at this body and see if there's anything else that we need to take care of. Look at the back. Reinforce that with golden light also. And as you project this gold, see how it affects the others.
Feels like coming into alignment.
And as you go forward, nothing can stop you. Feel the power of your words. Feel the love of your heart as it's projected. See the fragrance of the rose, how it emits a frequency that attracts others to you that need to be in your life. Just like the bees are attracted to flowers. See how all of those that can use your wisdom to create a beautiful elixir in their own life. An elixir that, like honey, is never, never going bad. It always stays good and very powerful. So see how that beautiful pollen and that rose in your heart will help so many others as they take the wisdom from you and spread it out in their own. And now with that love in your heart, is there anything else that you would like to tell Washayla today?
It's safe. It's safe to speak your truth. It's safe to be seen. It's safe to be in your authentic power and to make deep connections in the heart and to just continue, and all will be well.
Very good.
Wow.
Welcome back. How do you feel?
New.
The new and improved Washayla. How long do you think this journey took? What does it feel like to you?
Gosh, I don't even have a concept of time.
Fast? Long?
It feels like I went a lot of places, so kind of long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's about an hour and a half.
No,
Right
that was faster than I thought. I mean, I really wasn't in time. So.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Good?
I feel good. I feel good.
How's your back feel?
It feels fine. I don't feel any pain.
So that was a reminder for you.
Mm-hmm.
So can you see now when you had those accidents and all those things that happened that it was a reminder that you weren't being your authentic self and whatever thing was going on at the time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. To keep me out of power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now? Can you see a difference
Yeah.
moving forward?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely can. I really do. The mirror was amazing. Yeah.
It's good to project, isn't it?
It is.
You can see
yes.
how it's affected. So is this something you want to keep private? Or is it something that you would like to share with others?
I'm okay with sharing.
Yeah? I don't think there was anything in there that was personal.
Nothing. No,
Nothing
it's
about
fine.
family or anything. Good. So you did really well. Really well. So that was a beautiful session.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I actually feel taller.
You feel like you've been stretched out?
I do. I feel, I feel clear. There's a clarity that I feel fresh, I guess.
Wonderful.
Clear, new, and yeah.
Now, you have been hypnotized before, and you've done hypnosis before. So tell me how this experience was different.
Well, this felt really deep.
It did.
It felt, I really liked, going into the throat and the back and finding those places and, getting that, whatever it was, out. That was powerful. I could really feel it too. Like it really, the one in the throat was strong.
It was big.
Yeah. I just,
I felt the energy of it. And it was like
intense.
it was like a big.
And every time I'm about to get on a Zoom and do a training, my throat gets I have peppermint oil and I'll take some of that because it always kind of gets froggy right before I do a training. And that's whatever that block was.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it really big and metallic, and it was really huge. That's how I felt it.
Yeah. Yeah.
and it seemed to have like little locks.
Ooh, maybe that's why I couldn't get it out.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was envisioning. I don't know what was really going on, but so it was good. So did you get the answers to what you were looking for today?
I did. I have to, it's going to take a while to remember all of it. I'm not sure.
Well, that's why we record
if I remember everything, but I feel like I really traveled to some deep places that I got brand new clarity on what happened, and that felt really good.
The interesting thing was all of it was interesting. The lifetime in Lemuria where all the bickering started.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did it remind you of anybody?
Yes.
Okay. And we're not going to go there, but people that are in your life, it's almost like this is another way of you dealing with the bickering.
Yeah.
That to speak your truth.
Yes.
That just came to me too. I get insights too about these sessions. And the power in Egypt. How you were kind of into your own thing, but it wasn't, the people weren't, they were misinterpreting what you were doing.
Yes. Yeah. And also, we weren't valuing the others. So
can you see that now in the work that you're doing, that perhaps you're afraid of crossing the line? Maybe I'll get them ticked off at me. Maybe they don't understand what I'm doing.
Yes, that's definitely been a theme for me. Like, how much is too much to say or to be, or.
And now you have to understand, you have to be who you are.
Yeah.
And you have to communicate what it is that you're doing. Because in that lifetime, you weren't communicating.
Right.
You were kind of like in your own world. So now I think with the book and with the workshops, you're actually going to be able to explain who you truly are. Make sense?
It does. Yes.
Wow.
It's so good.
So, we've known each other before. We've met before we first met a couple of years ago at what was that thing?
It was a quantum healing conference in Sarasota.
That's right. That was the first time. And you live in Sarasota. And then we met in an introspective hypnosis class. So Washela can actually do hypnosis, but you don't do hypnosis. You do something else. So tell everybody what you do.
I do guided meditations and breathwork classes.
Yes.
And I do something called ascension training. And my book that's coming out is called The Love You Crave, a course in ascension, alchemy, and connection to the divine. And so the companion course is basically, it's ascension training, which is just bringing up your frequency, and it walks you through a number of steps in order to be able to release what's holding you back and step into your truth.
And so for all of the people who constantly ask me, how do I raise my vibration?
That's for me.
That's what we're going to be learning here. So so you can train people on how to do this. So
if people want to do the companion course to the book, then they can come and work with me personally.
Yeah. So how do they get a hold of you?
Well, it's my name. My website is my name, washelasananda.com.
Okay, we'll be spelling it.
It's hard to spell.
Well, we'll be spelling it. Yeah, we'll be spelling it.
It's pronounced Washela.
Washela. So they can get a hold of you and they can find your book.
Yeah.
Where can they find your book?
It's in pre-release right now. It'll be out in ebook version on Amazon. You can buy it now, but you'll get the content in February.
Excellent. Yeah. Great. So if you're interested, hey, this is a good way to raise your vibration in this time of ascension. And if you would like a session with me, go to my website, albaweinman.com, go to my hypnosis page. You need to sign up for the newsletter, and it comes out about once a month. When it does come out, you got to be fast. We were talking about that.
Yeah, I tried for almost a year. Every month, the newsletter would come out, and I'd jump on it, and finally I got a session. So keep trying. You'll get one eventually. It's very much worth it.
Yes, and if you don't get one, let's go to one of my gatherings. I have gatherings all around the world, and in fact, when you see this recording, I'll have one available in Miami in the winter, and you know how wonderful it is in Florida in the winter. So that's why I picked it. That's the place to be. If you're thinking of something to do,
come to one of my gatherings, and we do a channeling of your higher self there. We do a lot of regression work, and you get to meet a lot of people who are your light workers, who are those that you wouldn't find anywhere else. And if you do something like what Shayla does, it's a great place to network, so you can get business there too. You're looking for the people who are just like you. So thank you for watching. This was an intense session. It really was. And wow, we got a lot of information. I'm sure people will have to watch this a few times because there was so much there.
I can't wait to watch it too.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Give me that hug now.
Thank you so much.